Hey boys and girls, this is Miss Jimerson, 4th grade math teacher from Cypress Point Elementary, here today to do Module 1, Lesson 5. So today we're going to be comparing numbers using the greater than, less than, or equal to sign to record the comparison. So we're going to be comparing the numbers today. All right, so our application problem is just a little bit different today. It's not really a word problem. It says to use the place value chart and use each of the following digits. So it gives us some digits right here. It gives us 9, 8, 7, 3, 1, and 0. And it wants us to create a number between 700,000s and 900,000s. So this particular application problem, there's more than one answer that can be accepted here. However, since we're just doing this virtually here, we're just going to come up with one answer today. But it wants us again to use each of these digits one time to create a number that's in between 700,000s and 900,000s. So let's first look at these digits to see what we can start with. So I see that I have a 9, I have an 8, and I have a 7. Now those three digits would fit in between that expectation that they're asking us between 700,000s and 900,000s. Let's just go in the middle of that. Let's just start with 8. So let's start with 8 in the 100,000s place. Let's just kind of go in the middle there. So I'm just going to mark that digit off now that I've used it. Now the next part, after that, it doesn't matter what digits we use in which place values, because we've already met our criteria of being in between 700,000 and 900,000. So we can just put these in any order. So let's just use the 9 in the 10,000s. Let's stick the 0 in the thousands. Let's go to 7 in the hundreds. We'll use 3 in the tens, and then we have a 1 in the ones place. And again, remember I said there's more than one possible answer. If we were in our classroom on our place value charts or our dry erase boards, we could come up with several different answers here. And we would look at each one of those answers with our peers and kind of talk about the different possibilities. But since we're on this video or on virtual learning, we're just going to do one particular answer today. So let's talk about how we would say this number. So I would say this number as 890,731. All right, let's keep going. All right, so fluency activity today is just called place value. I've given you a number, and it's 3,487. And then there's just some different questions below it talking about the value of some of these digits. So let's keep going. So it says, what is the digit in the tens place? So let's look at this number, 3,487. In that number, what is in the tens place? So take a second and just figure out what number is in the tens place. What number is in the tens place? I see that it's going to be 8. 8 is in the tens place, right there. And then it says, what is the value of the 8? So if I have 8 tens, that value is going to be 80. And then it says, the next question says, what is the value of the 3? So let's look at that 3 right there. I see that it's in the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So the value of 3 in the thousands place would be 3,000. And then the last one says, what about the 4? So what place value is that 4 in? The 4 here is in the hundreds place. So the value would be 400. All right, let's do another one like that. All right, this time we're going to say the number, and that particular number is 59,607. The first question says, what digit is in the tens place? What digit do we see is in the tens place? It is 0. Let's correct that. Type the wrong number in there. That says 8. Should be the 6. Sorry, guys. So it says, what is the value? Let's change that. What is the value of the 6? So let's find that 6 right here. First of all, I need to figure out what place value it's in. So we've got ones, tens, hundreds. So if it's 6 in the hundreds place, the value would just be 600. And then, I just messed up all kinds of ways on this one, guys. Put the wrong numbers here. 9 and then the 5, sorry. All right, state the value of the 9. So if the 9 is in the thousands place, that value would be 9,000. And then the 5 is in the 10,000s place, so that value would be 5 10,000s or 50,000. Okay, so let's get into actually doing the parts of this lesson, the skill part of this lesson, which is comparing units. So as you can see, I've provided two numbers here. I've got 3,010 and I've got 2,040. Now what I've done here is provided the place value chart, and I've went ahead and put those digits into the place value chart just so that we can easily compare those. Now we could also do place value discs to compare these numbers as well. I just thought that the digits might be a little bit easier to see. So what we need to do is we need to think, whenever we're comparing numbers, where should we start? We always want to start at the greatest or the largest place value. So I see that both of my numbers start in the thousands place. So let's start in the thousands place, and then we'll just move backwards as we need to see which number is larger. All right, so in the thousands place, I've got 3,000 compared to 2,000. Now I can see that those digits are not the same. So I don't need to go any further. I don't need to go down to the hundreds, the tens, or the ones, because the only thing that matters is when those two digits are different. And they're different right here in the thousands place. So now I'm comparing 3,000s to 2,000s. And knowing what you already know about numbers, you know that that 3,000 is going to be larger. So we can stop right there. So 3,010 is going to be greater than 2,040. All right, let's look at our next set of numbers. The next one says 43,021 compared to 45,302. And again, I've already provided those digits in the place value chart instead of the place value disc. It's just a little bit easier to compare those really quickly. So again, let's start in the largest place value. And I've got 4 10,000s compared to 4 10,000s. I see that they're both 4 in the 10,000s place. So I can't stop there. I can't say that they're just equal because they start with the same digit. I have to now move down to the thousands place. So now I see that I've got 3,000s compared to 5,000s. Those two digits are different, so I can stop there and I can figure out which one of those numbers or which one of those digits is larger. So let's look at 3 and 5. Now you already know that 5 is going to be a larger number. So I would say 43,021 is going to be less than 45,302. Again, I started in the 10,000s place and they were the same. I moved down to the thousands place. That's where those digits got different. So that's when I knew I could stop right there and go ahead and compare those two numbers. Good job, you guys. Okay, so let's look at these two numbers. We have 970,461 compared to 970,641. So the first question says, where are we going to start comparing? If you remember, I said earlier, we always start in the largest place value. So this largest place value of these two numbers will be in the 100,000s place. So I've got 900,000s compared to 900,000s. So I see that they're the same. So now I need to go down to the 10,000s place. So I have 7 10,000s compared to 7 10,000s. Again, they're the same. So I need to keep going even smaller. Let's go to the thousands place. 0,000s and 0,000s. These numbers are looking a lot like they're going to be equal. Let's keep going. Let's go to the hundreds place. Hundreds, I have 4 hundreds compared to 6 hundreds. All right, I see that's where they became different numbers or different digits. So now I've got 4 hundreds compared to 6 hundreds. So I know that the 6 hundreds are going to be larger. So this one is going to be 970,461 is less than 970,641. All right, now, I'm going to try and trick you just a little bit here. Now we're going to do 3 numbers. So we're going to be comparing 3 different numbers. I've already provided them here at the top as well as on the place value chart. So let's just look at the top and see what we're starting with. So I have 32,434, 32,644, and 32,534. Again, I've already put those in the place value chart using those digits. So now it's not any different comparing 2 numbers than comparing 3 numbers. We're still going to look at each place value until we see a difference, and then we'll find the biggest number, and then we're still going to have those other 2 numbers left, and then we'll compare those 2. Okay, so let's find the largest number here. All right, always want to start in the largest place value. I've got 3 10,000s, 3 10,000s, and 3 10,000s. All the same digits, so now I need to go down to the thousands place. 2,000s compared to 2,000s compared to 2,000s. Again, those are all the same, so now I go down to the hundreds. I have 400s, 600s, and 500s. Now those 3 digits are definitely different. Which one of those digits is the largest? The 4, the 6, or the 5? So the 6 is going to be the biggest number. So I see that this number is going to be the biggest right here, this 32,644. I'm just going to put a little 1 underneath that to remind me that's my first number. That's my biggest number. Now let's compare those other 2 numbers to see. Now I'm just going to mark this out because I've already compared those numbers, that particular number. All right, let's look at the tens place. Well, I can stop here in the hundreds place. Now I've got 400s compared to 500s. Out of those 2 digits, which one is the largest, 4 or 5? I know that 5 is the second largest, so that's going to be my second number. And then, of course, I'm left with 32,434. That's my third number. So I've got my first number in the middle, my second number over here to the right, and then my smallest number is going to be that first number. So now I just need to fill in these 2 yellow comparison bubbles. And let's start at the beginning. 32,434 compared to 32,644. Well, I know that this is my biggest number, so that's going to be a less than. Okay, now let's focus on these 2 numbers. 32,644 compared to 32,534. I know that 600 is still my largest, so that one is going to be greater than. So I would read that 32,434 is less than 32,644. That's greater than 32,534. Good job on that, you guys. I tried to trick you a little bit here. I gave you one in standard form, and then I gave you a number in expanded form. So even though they're in 2 different forms, I can still compare those 2 numbers. All right, so let's look at this expanded form number, and let's actually build that number like we did in the lesson before. All right, so I have an 8 in the ones place. I have 2 tens. I see that I don't have any hundreds, so I just have to put a 0. I don't have any thousands, but I have a 3 in the 10,000s and a 7 in the 100,000s. So I have 730,028 compared to 735,008. So again, let's start in the very largest place value and compare those. So I have 700,000s compared to 700,000s. Those digits are the same, so I need to keep going to the smaller place values. Next, I have 3 10,000s compared to 3 10,000s. Again, those are the same. Let's move down to the thousands place. I have 0,000s compared to 5,000s. I see that those digits are different. Now I'm comparing 0 to 5. I know that 5 is definitely going to be a larger digit than 0. So I can say that 730,028 is going to be less than 735,008. All right, let's wrap this lesson up. This was a pretty short and easy lesson. Remember that we always start at the biggest or the largest place value when we compare numbers. And then we always keep moving to different place values until you find a difference. So again, we're starting at the largest place values, and if those are the same, we move down to the one before it. Again, if those are the same, then we keep going until we find a difference. All right, you guys, great job today. See you again next time.